Yo!
What's happening, people?
Oh, snippy, snippy, snappies.
Did you use your quantum device to get shrunken down to quantum verse?
That's right.
That's right, guys. We're here together to do the review of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Quantomania. Oh, yeah.
It's a little nice tie-in to WrestleMania happening in April.
Where
Yeah.
the wrestlers shrink down and they go to the quantum realm.
Let's lay that smack it down on this review, senor. Why don't you mind kick things off for us?
All right, brother. So, our movie begins. You know, it reminded me a lot of, what was that called, man? What was it? Nice Guy?
I thought it was for yeah.
Or The
No, not
Guy or
nice
something?
guy. It was Ryan Reynolds, right? The free guy.
Yeah. The free man, free guy.
Welcome to Free City and
Something like
this
that.
and that.
Yeah, it starts off where he's just like happy go lucky, you know, do. Of course, in that movie, it was like it's because he was playing that game, and it was like video game happy. Uh, but yeah, Ant Man's just like riding that high of being the hero, and he's just, I mean, it's just Paul Rudd, really. It's just Paul Rudd's life. Like,
He's
it's
like,
just
he's just writing those accolades.
they were probably just following him around with a camera.
I know.
They're like, this
Just,
wasn't even in the movie. We were just like following you. And then he goes, he gets his free cake from from Baskin Robbins.
oh yeah,
Man,
and
the
he
one
gets
he
the
got
super
fired from.
subs like, "Thank
The
you,
same-
Spider-Man," or something like that.
Yeah. Thank you for saving us, Spider Man.
He's like,
Don't mention it.
"Yeah, I'll take it, whatever."
Yeah, so very
That's
mellow start to a movie that it has heavy implications and everything that's going to come after it, you know.
exactly. What do you feel
But
like
I mean,
the dynamic between when they were well, him, like you said, living his normal life, and then his Hucky is happy-go-lucky, and then it gets to the point where he's I guess a phone call, I guess, to break out his
yeah,
Cassie, right?
yeah, he's reading his book. Always look out for the little guy. Why is Joe calling me? uh,
He hasn't admitted like a contact number. Like, wait a second, they already know me.
yeah. Kind of sad that they replaced the original actor for Cassie. Like, I know what they're trying to do, but like, first of all, like Marvel, you've made so many stars, and then you can't even let her shine. Like, she was a good actor. You really got to be like, oh no, because now it's a lead type role because she's gonna bleed into her own things. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
just let her have it. She was good, man. Like the reunion scene in what was it in Endgame? No, Infinity War. Or was it
Oh yeah,
Endgame?
yeah. That was Endgame when she comes
Yeah,
back.
yeah. She played that so well. She was a good actor.
It's like,
I
Peanut,
just,
is that
it's like
you?
it's nothing against what's her face, Bella. I don't know what that her name is, but she's good. It's just like, why you gotta take that from her?
Well, I guess it is like you were saying that they're trying to age him up just to, a couple without saying a couple years pass by without them saying a year passed by or something like that
Like,
to that effect.
I mean, they didn't change anybody else.
I know they all look the same and stuff. Well, they got bit black. Bit black. Bit black. Bit black. So after that, we met what, Janet and
Yeah,
them.
it's Bill Murray up like another 100 years. Jeez.
Oh yeah. I think you dropped there. That's so good.
So anyway,
Yeah, like we see like this recurring people. Like we see Janet and the original Ant-Man, Hank Pym, and
yeah,
then
which apparently some the hell how is short for Henry. I've never heard.
Hank from Henry. Let me take this off because for some reason we're not.
Yeah.
It's not going. Hold on.
Yeah,
Give
right?
me 1 second. Yeah, it's just lagging. Damn you. You're gonna see my
Just play
kitchen,
it
huh?
out.
There you go, my
Just
Christmas
play
kitchen.
it. Anyway, yeah. So what? You were right out the gate. What were you hoping for with this movie?
I feel like it was like I wanted like to feel the terror of who he is and why everybody feared Kang guy, you know? Kang is a kick in the glass. I wanted it to see him like ruling with an iron thorn, like an iron with an iron fist, and that's what I wanted to see, but we got something else. Like always. What a twist.
You know what I was hoping to see, and I don't know. I guess there's like still a hope for it in some way, shape, or form. But I was hoping that they would like cut back to Iron Man when he has the Ultron nightmare.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I created the world's biggest threat, and it shows like all the Avengers getting like bodied.
Decimated and stuff.
Yeah, and it's Ultron, and he's like, "Oh, I created Ultron." This is like, but then like now, like it shows that, and then it like twisted because it's like he created time travel. Like he did
So
still
endless
create.
possibilities. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so it's like he's still right. Like even
Well, yeah,
being
that's what he
dead.
said. Like what he said, Paul Rudd when he said, "Oh, when am I? Am I Hulk's baby now?" Because I saw him make me into a baby when he was reading his book and stuff. I was sorry laughing at that part.
Then the space raccoon showed up, and he had a really sad story. I was just happy to talk to a talking raccoon.
He was all hyped for it. So yeah, that's when the story progresses. Like I said, they were sitting at the dinner table, and then that's when they broke her out. Like I just wanna. She goes like, "I'm surprised. Like nobody's surprised that she's been to jail." It's like, "Oh, it's not the first time." She's like, "Wait, what? It's been more than once." I'm trying to look out for the little guy. Unless we're out here doing something, Dad. You're just selling your books and sitting on your ass, and we're like, "Ooh."
Yeah, like what have you done for me lately?
You're just living on your own hype, Dad. It's like, damn. I was like.
Right.
But then not only that, yeah, and then after that they continue like, oh, we built this machine. He's like, what are you talking about? Quantum thing? He's like, yeah. So they go into the garage, right?
The basement, yeah.
Ignore that. And then they go into the basement, and then that's where she's like, oh yeah, we're trying to do like a what's it called? Like a Hubble telescope for the quantum realm.
Yeah, it's just sending a communication out into the
And
quantum realm.
that's when Janet has a panic attack, and she's like, turn it off, don't do it. I was like, booty calls probably.
Mm-hmm.
So they turn it on, and of course she turns it off, and then she unplugs it. Like, don't you ever mess with the quantum realm? You don't know who might be there, and this and that. They're like, what are you talking about? Like, we would have known, but you guys never want to. You never want to talk about it. So let's talk about it. In that instance, the little Honey or Shrunk the Audience,
Yeah.
things happen. So a little vortex, a little blue ball comes out of the machine that she created, and like
So
everybody
you
gets
know right away from that point on, it's just gonna be like a 90% CGI movie.
with open world and make your
like,
own
oh,
world adventure.
here goes green screen, everyone.
Everybody's great. We have like little green dots and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see, well, yeah, so Janet and Hank get sucked in first, and that followed by Cassie, and then the Wasp, she goes like that, and she puts on her suit. She's like more like Tony Stark with his nanotech.
I mean, that's
She
probably
does that.
what it was, right? Probably influenced that.
And then was that Ant-Man was trying to put on his suit, but he had no time, so he just got sucked in. He's like, oh, here we go.
Bro, why didn't they create that for just a average Joe? Like, you can't just like slap on a t-shirt, slap on a shirt, like.
Oh, it'd be cool. Like you put on your tie, and the whole suit just comes out of the tie, type of thing.
Right?
How about like quick clothing?
Dude, that's all Hammer had to do, and then he would have made it big. Still trying to copy the weapons.
And then when, of course, in the Quantumania, like they passed by this ant farm. This it was like a ant farm that Hank was making, right?
Yeah. And then the ants all get sucked up with all their technology.
They get sucked up, and then it breaks, and it was just like, I like how they got separated. It's like it became a choose your own adventure type of thing. Like we show like
Yeah,
we cover cool. Like both sides of the, I guess I'm not gonna say like the class system, but you see like the lower end, the rebellion, and the one the conformative, the conforming. It's like watching Rebels and
yeah,
Empire
it's
type of thing.
Star Wars movie. From that point on, it was a Star Wars movie.
That's what I was saying. Like we're in the cantina.
For the Skywalker. Can't have this movie without a Skywalker.
So you got Janet the Skywalker,
By the way, the ant farm, not a single crop. Laziest farmers ever.
It was probably a slow season and nothing came bear fruit.
Yeah, no sunlight in the basement, huh?
So they
figure it out, ants.
Figure it out. So yeah, so Hank and Anna and Janet get separated with what's the daughter's name?
Janet.
With Janet? No, with Hope. So it's those three together.
Janet. Oh yeah.
And then Cassie and Ant-Man are by themselves. I wonder what happened. It's like, all right, I'm gonna spit you out over here. You get spit out over there.
No, I mean they fell in after them, and then I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Why didn't it fall the same place?
Well, who knows? Theoretically, because at that point, like, all right, I don't know, man. I'm talking out of my ass. But like, okay, you throw a spider or an ant off a building. What do you think happens?
You're trying to cling to it.
Okay, what happens is they then become lighter than the resistance of the air. So then they just float along peacefully. That's why there's those flying spiders.
I don't even say that, man.
Oh, it's true, dude.
No.
they're harmless. They don't bite or anything, but they just make little
spiders.
Yeah, they make little webs of silk, and then the webs get caught in the wind because they're lighter than the wind.
Oh hell!
So that's probably what happened to them because they're submicroscopic. So they're lighter than whatever force resistance there is. I mean, they're still light enough. I mean, they're still heavier than it, but they're light enough that they're floating along it.
Got you.
I guess I don't. It's not G-force. It's not Newtonian force. I don't know what the hell it's called. I can't remember, but that's kind of what I'm thinking is what separated them too.
And then after that, Janet tells her little flashback, like, "Oh, this is not what the quantum realm was. There's more to it than us shrinking and getting lost in here. It's like, how come I never saw this? Like, oh, you just scanned the surface of this quantum realm. And like, let me tell you a little story." That's when she tells the story of how she met Kang and all that. Right? Or was it then? Also in the beginning, you see like
didn't quite mention Kang yet. That was after you met the mayor and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's withholding information because she's trying to get out of there before it gets to that.
To that point, yeah.
Yeah.
So we saw Cassie and Cassie and Scott Lang get captured by this tribe with this little Cyclops thing and another Star Wars character looking like the little Jabbas with the little glowing eyes.
Miwa. Yeah.
The Miwagis are like, come with us, and you don't understand, like, whoa, what are you doing? Leave me alone.
Yeah.
And then it goes.
She's like, drink the juice.
She can't even tell him like why, she says drink the juice. They're like, I don't understand why you want me to drink the juice. Just tell her, it'll make you understand them. That's it. That's all you gotta say. Just drink the juice, you'll be all right. I guess they wanted it to be a surprise. So he's over here gagging on some ooze. Like, you hear everybody like chanting like different random things you don't understand. As soon as he drinks it, he's like, drink the juice, drink the juice.
Yeah.
It's like, did it work? Can you understand me? He's like, yeah. And then the guy's like, oh, stop it. The little thing. He's like, how many holes? You have 7 holes. Dude. What did come out of? I'm like, what?
This is like, do you have any holes? Yeah. What is that one? Can I see? Can I explore your
Oh
holes?
yeah, yeah.
And then the psychic, his name is Scott Lang, and he has 7 holes. Scott, like, yeah, that's right.
That's good. Like, what is that relevant to anything? Like, I want a forehead that
like,
glows, and like, no, you don't.
it's crazy because they have like, well, I don't know. I guess they really don't have technology insofar as it's like demonstrated, really, right? But like they're familiar with Kang's technology that he created, but they themselves don't really have any
and
form of.
looked like they were using pruning tools when they were fighting the guards later on. You know how they evaporate when that's what it is, right? A pruner.
I was getting that too, but I was getting it from Kang's beams.
Okay,
Beam he hit somebody with, they evaporated.
Because he was over here, the girl with the fork thing. She's like, and they fucking, they were turning to smoke. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess they're getting pruned.
That's what I was picking up, but I think that lends itself to my theory when we went into our Kang discussion on the channel about how he ended up getting what's his name, Astolfo or whatever, the fog dog, and how he gets him to just wipe whatever from the face of existence
is by eating it.
Yeah, so I'm still thinking, and I think that actually plays into my now prevailing theory about this particular king that we see, which I'll get into a little more. But yes, I do think that they're pruning. I mean, it's not a mistake that it's the same animation style, and then even the hologram and the projecting type thing that was Kang's thing. That was the whole thing he did. Not Kang, He Who Remains.
He Who Remains, yeah.
But it's the Tunervilles, the TVA. They all did that, or the council or whatever.
And then also we'll see. Right now it's like there's like hints of Kang or him, or they don't say his name, But at this point, the first hour of the movie is not seeing him, but seeing him as a what's it called, a past story to glue it all together. The slowly introduction of him, the build up to him, and then towards the last 20 minutes of the movie, that's when it's like you see his freaking revenge type of thing.
Yeah,
and when he gets to that point. So at this time, we're just doing what, character building, like getting a little backstory on him.
Well, they're expanding the universes. They're opening everything up to all kinds of worlds. It's funny because Multiverse of Madness and Spider-Man before that, like, blew open the universes as we know them, the multiverses, and now Quantumania is showing that there was a safe pocket away from time and everything, and now even that is compromised, or could potentially be compromised.
Yeah.
So it's like there might not be any safe place left.
Because when the story starts, like it says on like Kang, the name, and he says that he was exiled by the other people to this planet, out of time, out of reach. So they broke his ship. So he didn't know that. Janet didn't know that until because she wanted at any cost to get out of the quantum realm to go home to Hope and Hank and all that. So as many years, she said she was there for 30 years. She said,
yeah.
So as the years progressed, like they were fixing it inch by inch, getting it back. It was the little core, right?
Well, this is after next they go to the Star Wars cantina, and Hope gets hit on by a broccoli head. You should have said, "Come on, baby, I'm good for you."
Like I'm the broccoli, you're my peanut butter. Let me dip my. Oh my.
Broccoli and
Yeah.
peanut butter. What the hell?
Oh no, I thought it was celery. Never mind. I thought it was a celery stick.
That's how you get ants.
Well, that was part of the plan. They're trying to get the ants over here.
So then they meet with Bill Murray.
know-
Bill Murray's reanimated corpse.
He's done
Man,
doing Ghostbusters. The what's that Ghostbuster reboot?
you live long enough to see yourself become the ghost. Murray, I'm sorry, man. Like,
Oh, that's what it was. I was trying to put a finger like, what the? I seen him before. Like, what the hell is this guy?
he looks like he's aged a little bit.
He looked like he's scrunched.
Oh, Billy. I mean, yeah, I'm sure. Like they had some crazy work hours and stuff, and they were flown in, I think, London. Well, like, man, I saw him and I was just like, that's.
I was gonna ask before we get to this point. I was gonna ask in the cantina, are they using the same ooze that the guy gave Scat Lang? Or is it something else?
Oh, the ooze.
Same.
Yeah, they drank the ooze. This is little red liquid.
No, I'm talking about Hank and Hope and
yeah, when they sat down at the bar,
they like here. She ordered the shot and she like here, take this and you'll be all right.
But it's funny that it only took that little amount, and then he's like, he like dumped the whole shit.
Oh, here she's like gagging. His...
it's
water's boiling him with it.
It's I mean, if you think about that, and they got like this crazy quasar head thing, and like, I don't know, I guess we didn't really get to explore too many of these species, but like, I mean, that really shows that like whatever genetics exist down there, whatever worlds exist, are apparently at infinitum. Like, it's just like the universe is above the
multiverse
realm apparently has infinite capacity, right? And like any sort of species can exist, so they could draw their own army from there. They could do anything. I mean, this dude like he pees in a cup, and then you can speak any language in the universe.
Pretty much. And they got the Infinity Stones in there somewhere,
right? Like, I mean, that's big. Like, it's gonna be brushed off as like, oh, quirky little space-time humor, but like, these little creatures are capable of some stuff. And then Kang almost wiped them all out.
That's true.
Like, I guess. I mean, if it's infinitum, like, not really, but like, as far as we've seen.
So yeah, so the cantina, they asked, like you said, Bill Murray. That's his name, right?
I don't know. Yeah, some other name.
When the guy comes, like, really, Janet, you dated this guy? He's like, yeah.
They call him Lord something, Lord Quasar or some shit.
Like Quasar.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I fought like hell not to be called Lord.
Lord Quasar. And then and then Hank is like, how many years? Well, I had needs. I have needs too. It's like, oh, disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, I've been here for 30 years, But that's when they were escaping and stuff. Like, how you drive this thing and this sucking things come out? Like,
yeah, like, really? That's the best you can. All right.
So he has to put his finger to the side. And it's funny too, like cover me, and then he's like, okay, and he gets his little enlarging thing and he throws it in the cup, and this little worm thing. He's like,
my turn. And then I guess,
and if we can take off.
Too bad. I wanted to see it like crunch him, like he crunched that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, come on, oh, nah. And then it started tripping like he does, like, oh.
And then and then at this point they're heading to find Scott and
Cassie, yeah.
And Cassie.
Yeah.
And then that's when the homie's like, what are you guys doing here? It's like, do you let him here? So yeah.
So wait, and then we go back to Scott and Cassie, right? And they well, I think actually this happened before the cantina, but when they get raided and they get attacked. Oh no, it does happen after the cantina. They get attacked, and all their little shippies and the living buildings are getting tanked.
Dude, the power with the. I wonder who they are. It's just what random foot soldiers that he created.
Yeah, I mean it looked like they were synthetic beings. They didn't seem to have any life, and nobody bled or anything. So who knows? Not that there would be blood anyway. PG-13, but still,
Dude,
like
blood.
they look like little robots, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had the like the freaking what's their names
Uh,
around the world.
oh, the Death Punk,
Yeah, they're the Death Punk masks.
Death Punk people.
Yeah. Um, but yeah,
That's
so
what the
they attacked and they took out their little
command
refugee
center,
camp.
and that's what they captured. Cassie and Skull Lang. Skull
But they
Lang.
started fighting back, and that's when they learned that Cassie had a suit.
Oh yeah, you have to bust a Mario. Jump in,
Yeah.
punch, jump in
You see what I'm
punch.
doing? No, you're turning. Oh.
It's like, we
But
gotta
then
punch him.
they get captured by the big the robot. We don't see anything except for like his weapons and his crazy. You know what though?
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's
touch
right.
on
That's
this a
when he
little bit
comes out.
later, but
That's when he comes out.
we see his perspective. We see like his weapons busting out, right? And we see like he's like
First-person
zeroing in
shooter.
on him. I wanted to see a little more of that, and I'll get into that when we get to that scene too. But it was cool as a nice little introduction. And then we see him in like he lands down there and he's just floating on his little metal chair, and then they get knocked the hell out.
I would have when I saw it. Were people laughing or?
Oh, back everyone was no, but this part it was just him in the chair.
Oh,
It didn't
okay,
show the reason what that.
okay.
Oh,
So
dude, he's me though. He's me for real.
I was looking at my thumb. It looked like my.
Yeah, I thought I was looking in a mirror. I was just like, man, I hope we can use those little saws to shave. It's such a pain shaving. You got little laser arms and man.
So we see
All
this.
right. So then what happens next? They talk about going to find Scott and Cassie, and that's when she talks about how she met with Kang back in the day, and she was trying to help him because he was just a lone traveler.
Exactly.
But they end up being the best of friends, and then she repairs his floating chair. Woo! The floating chair. Get
When I
yours
saw
now.
that chair, when I saw that reclining chair, I was like, "Yep, they were getting busy."
Dude, okay, but Thanos already did the floating chair though.
Did he though?
Yeah, the floating chair. But ours is Kang's is better.
This is a time traveler that you could use that chair to go anywhere,
the
anytime,
infinity chair.
I know.
Man, it's a massage chair, but one of the settings is time travel.
Death rays.
Shiatsu.
Guys, this movie is everywhere.
But Hot Stone, time travel.
So, yeah, so he finally she helps him restore the core, and she was about to insert the core back, and then she touches it, and she's like, she's seeing all these visions.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's like, I have to kill you now.
like when you're fighting with your girl, right? And you like throw her makeup out like all over the bed because she like leaves a makeup mess on the sink in the bathroom, right? And you just throw it, and you're like, she's gonna see that, and she's gonna know that I got a problem with the makeup stuff. This is hypothetical. I don't do this, but like. But he was giving that look like when she gets home, and he's just looking like,
"You did this, huh?"
Wait. Whatever's happening is gonna happen. We wait.
So she's like,
yeah, How's this gonna play out? Mm-hmm.
Kang is like, Janet,
Yeah.
Janet,
Hey,
Janet,
hey, Janet, what's up?
Janet.
What do you see?
Come on, like, we're gonna destroy I'm not your world. We're gonna destroy countless, but not your world.
Yeah, he was adamant about it. And he was honest. He was being sincere because he's from this timeline.
Yeah,
This is the true timeline. This is the one he's hoping to save.
but not your world.
Yeah, so he's like, no, I wouldn't destroy your world.
I kill everybody else. Yeah, but at what cost? Millions, trillions of death. But not your world. But not your world.
Yeah.
I wonder too, in him destroying worlds, is that causing not the Eternals? What's it called?
Man, I can never remember what the hell they call it.
The
Force.
Not the Sentients. The people that live inside the planet. What's it called? Those.
Oh, the Celestials.
There you go. You think it's causing a delay for them because he's slaughtering them?
I do think that he's using some sort of tools like that, and I think he's also manipulated some Celestials to work with him in order for him to gain the powers that he's gained. But I think him having like a Stolfo or Fog Dog or whatever the hell it's called, I think he used that as like an end all be all, like nothing can top this if anyone turns on me type, you know?
Got you.
But I think he got the Celestials to cooperate with him and helping sort out the timeline because it probably would be easier for them to manage all that. Who knows? But he's supposedly the most brilliant human being of his day, and he's been through all time. So whether he himself is capable of analyzing everything, he's seen it all, so he can say like it's gonna go this way.
And that's what he says. Like I seen it. Like, what have you seen? I seen the end. It's like, yeah. What the hell? Like, I know how it ends. It's like, what the hell?
This whole time? I win. I don't know. I heard that. It's just like this is not Creed. Like, what you
it was Creed at the end when they're fighting. He's like,
yeah, it was. There were some Creed moments. That was one of them.
I was like, damn.
I win. This is not a press release. Like, say something else. I don't know. You conquer. I conquer.
Dude, he takes off his pants. He's wearing those boxing shorts.
Yeah, right. It's like he's not trying to threaten or intimidate anyone. Nobody's fighting him at this point. He's just
he goes, yeah, you have that, but we have a Rocky Balboa.
Yo, Adrian, yeah, Freddy Krueger. I got him his big blue face. You're probably gonna take 1 or 2 on the chin. That's okay.
That's okay. He bops him and his head blows up. That's all you got.
So yeah.
And that's another thing too. A mirror motor. Again, we'll get to that point when we get to that point. So yeah, so we see tells his story, and then Janet says, "I cannot let you do that." So she gets her enlarging thing. She puts her rings on the core.
Yep.
And then goes.
Which apparently they just have like a limitless supply of these.
Right.
And they're just like loose. They're just like loose in their pocket. They're all the same size. How do they know which ones they're grabbing? They're just always grabbing them. How come they're not banging together and shrinking and growing each other? Or like the quarters in your pocket? I don't know. They don't even have like a special fanny pack. It was like a little shrinky pack and a growy pack. Like it's I don't know. I guess whatever. I don't know. I was like, how are you doing it? Like, stop it. These are very, very important tools. Like, anyway.
And then she got like 3 of them, right? At the same time, she goes.
Yeah. And then it blows up hugely, and she gets the hell out of there.
She like, gotta run fast. Runner. I thought she escaped, though. She just ran, right?
Well, yeah, she just ran away and hid, and then she was fighting him until she was rescued.
Oh, that's right.
And then we go back to Scott and Cassie, where they meet our friend Modak.
Modak.
I don't.
What does it stand for? Mother of all destruction of
So he's like, Darren is no more. It's Darren, and he has his big head mode enabled. Darren is no more. I am Modak.
Modak.
It's an acronym. Machine only design. No, mechanized organism designed only for killing. There should be an F. It should be Modoc. Modoc. So
that
true.
scene like killed me, dude. That it looked like a giant doll, though. It was like,
yeah, everybody was weak.
were you laughing?
Speaking personally, if that was me, I would not stand for that.
Just keep it closed. Just
yeah,
keep it closed. Why you open it?
it's just, oh man, they did him so dirty. Man,
He
it's like when you
rescued
get a
me.
new TV. You're messing with this thing. You're like, what does this button do? What the? It's all face. It's all. There's more to these people.
They're trying to sue. They're like taking a selfie, but it's like,
when you open
no,
your front,
grandma. No, grandma. You gotta put it zoom out.
man,
Hello.
they did him so dirty. Come on, man. Darren was. He was supposed to be Ant-Man. He was the next in line. He's a smart guy. He was not a genius, but he was definitely smart enough to work with one of the smartest people in the world. So he's got to be pretty damn smart. And they gave him baby legs, and then they show him his awakening, and they pull him out of the primordial ooze, and he just has a giant head and his tiny little cheeks.
Oh my goodness.
Why? So anyway, they meet Modoc, and that's all fun and games. And then they meet Nathaniel
Joe, right?
Richards, yeah, in force field jail because everyone has those.
Yeah.
And they meet Kang, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going, friends?" And then Modoc is like, "Oh, they suck," and then he flings them like, "Get out of here!" Like that shows though, Kang does not give
No.
an F about anybody else. He doesn't care. And that show is like, all right, you pretend to be noble and like you're helping. You don't care, dude.
Is that because Modak is trying to talk and he's like, "Don't you dare talk when I'm talking," or in my presence, or something like that.
Yeah, which is weird because moments before that, he's like, Modoc was telling me about how Janet has been found or something. And then he's like, "Don't talk in my presence." Like, how did Modoc tell you if you can't talk in your presence? What the fuck?
He used the force. He's like this in the corner.
He sent me a text. I don't know what. Yeah. So then he's fleeing Scott around and Cassie around. He does the usual, "I'm gonna kill Cassie" type, He's not particularly menacing, but he does say, he does talk about how he kills Avengers, and particularly how he killed the one with the hammer. Remember, that was that bit that I was talking about when I mentioned the theory about how and why he killed Thor. And yeah, apparently he's killed many Avengers. They're not gonna go into why he's that strong or anything about how that went down, but clearly it did, and I guess we're just supposed to take his word for it for now. And then just a moment, he'll be back. So we know what happened next. Then, yeah, man, no, I'm not gonna do it. Of course, moments later, the one thing he would never say no to, it's just he's gonna kill Cassie. So he jumps in. He says, "Yeah, I'm gonna save Cassie, of course." So he jumps down. He does his little in the air, minuscule dodgy, and he gets to the core of the power. What the hell is it called? I don't know if they named it or whatever, but he gets to the core of the power source. He does his whole jam. He gets there, and they mention that he may lose his mind before he gets to where he needs to get to, which is not a big deal. Ant-Man kind of doesn't have a mind. He's nuts. Well, he's not nuts. He's not Deadpool, but he's a mentally resilient person. But then he sees another him pop out. So then he calls Darren. Darren. MODOK. Yes, how can I help you? Like, all right, I guess he takes his acronym seriously. And he's like, yeah, what am I supposed to do here? Don't die. Oh, good advice. So he talks to his other self, and they apparently don't agree on things. And then more and more keep appearing, and Darren tells him you're in a probability field. Any decision you make or could have made will exist here. And I don't. So the one anomaly of his freaking Baskin Robbins uniform confused me a little bit in that how the hell did because I thought the probability field meant that it was from that point on, and I guess not. I don't know, right? They don't really go into that. So maybe it's just like from any point in your life. But that being the case, then it looks like every decision he's made, except for continuing to work at Baskin Robbins, they all lead to him being Ant-Man somehow. Like he must always be a master thief or something. It was inevitable. By the way, like, why did they waste "I am inevitable" on Thanos? It would make so much more sense on Kang. Just saying. It's like, I want Kang to say it, but at this point, it's like, no, that's Thanos' thing. And now Ant-Man can't go up Kang's anus because, I don't know. What would that do? You'd like it, maybe? Anyway, back. So, more probabilities appear as probabilities do. And they keep appearing and appearing and appearing. Meanwhile, we go back and we see Janet and Hank and Hope, and they're zeroing in on Scott. Oh, we know where he is. We found his location. Let's go find him, save him. And they're fighting the random army, the Kang army, shooting down their ships and etc. Then they get separated. Hope flies in and goes to save Scott. While she does, then she starts making her probabilities, but she doesn't bother questioning it because why? She has a clear goal in mind and she focuses on it. And it looks like all her probabilities are kind of diving toward him too. Looks like Ant-Man's gonna suffocate. This whole movie, I was like he's gonna die, right? Like, and especially after he just said, "I love you, Peanut." Like, it's like when you say your "I love yous" and your goodbyes, like that's probably. So I'm like, is he gonna be suffocated by his own? Like, on the one hand, I really hope it wouldn't have been such a stupid death, but on the other, like, you want to shock people, and that would kind of do it. Ah! Speaking of shocking, El Sambino! Bienvenidos! You're still muted, my boy. Your little Mikey got to be clicked.
There we go.
Hey, yo, welcome back.
Sorry about that. I had a little Yeah, I had instant transmission.
I was talking about right now we're at the point where Scott is being suffocated by all his probabilities. Like,
Oh, that's cool.
aren't we all? Like, uh, but okay. So I was talking about how I was pretty sure Ant-Man was gonna die in this movie, right? It was like kind of hinted at a lot,
Oh
and
yeah, I felt the same way.
he's going against Kang. Like, you don't walk away, man. You're like C-list. Like, I love Ant-Man, but like, so then I was like, maybe they're just gonna drop it out of nowhere, and he just said goodbye to Cassie. Like, I love you. And so I was like, maybe this is how it goes. And this part,
You're looking at it, yeah.
and it was like, what a stupid way to die, and that's kind of on brand, you know. But no,
Did you like the part where the Baskin Robin version of him comes out?
yeah, but it also made it very confusing.
He's like, "What
Because,
am I here?" He's like, "What am I doing here?"
yeah, but how the hell did he get to the quantum realm?
He's probably one of the probabilities saying that if he wouldn't have his powers, it would just be a Baskin Robin guy, and that's it.
I guess. Well, I guess he still would have been sucked in. Who knows? Who knows? Whatever. I guess he still would have got sucked in. So, so they're all. He's piling on top of himself, and they're all. Let's carry up, buddy. And they all carry him up, and then they do like the Michelangelo.
The little thing.
Yeah, and Hope's probabilities get sucked in. His get sucked in, and then they lock, and
They lock those little things.
Oh, but you know what? Look at right before that though, when the giant mans were going for the core, that they were getting turned into spaghetti.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
oh.
spaghetti, and then when it got chopped up, it's like, yeah, we're gonna die.
I just saw that though, and I was like, damn, Mr. Fantastic though. Oh man,
that made him dirty, man. I can't still believe this did that shit to him, man. What a dumb waste, man. Like, let's just introduce the Illuminati just to kill him off, just because to get us to the third act. Whatever. It's not even my Illuminati.
So anyway, yeah, we talked about that, you know, but it does suck, but hopefully they can bounce back. So yeah, he ends up shrinking the core back down, and he grabs it, and he's like, "All right, time to go rescue my daughter." And then Janet,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say that what's the pull apart thing? I mean, with the pull this way, like, yeah, but you give him this, is gonna happen, but we give him that. Like, she asked Cassie, like, I'm sorry, but we're promised we're gonna rescue her. Like, you, if I don't give him this thing, he's gonna kill him. You know that, right? Like, no, she won't. He won't.
Yeah, like, I don't know. They play her off as like, no, like I see exactly where she's coming from. That she's like, no, he's too great a risk, and she's willing to sacrifice Cassie, and it's like,
yeah,
but she understands how great a risk he is, and that's like, shit, that's what needs to be done. Sorry, like, absolutely, Ant-Man should have done what he did, but like, she wasn't wrong, you know. But it doesn't matter because you know that he would not have done that. He would not have like been good on his promise, you know. So like, what's the matter?
You're like, you only met him like 5 minutes ago. I known him for years, and the way that he is, you know, like, I'm sorry, the sacrifices one is not the great challenge over here. Gonna kill trillions of people if you let him out.
She was. We'll find another way, and maybe she would have. Who knows? And then like, it's yeah. So then he takes it back, and then Cassie is broken free at this point. She made the one guard huge, and the one really tiny.
I like that part. He's like, what? Ah!
Yeah.
I think she was gonna step on him, but she just kicks him. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Nah, she couldn't do that. And another thing that makes me think they're robots or something is that like the other ones come charging after her, and like they don't give a shit at all about the giant one. They just like, they don't even look at him. They don't. It's kind of funny. But yeah, she murks them, and then she goes and rescues the other chick.
the resistant leader.
It's like Centaur, Gentar or something. I think it's
Gintoras, yeah.
Gentara. Yeah. Um. So she rescues her, and she's like, "I don't have a plan. I'm just kind of doing this." She's like, "Well, we do exactly this." And she's
Do you
like,
have a plan?
"Oh, you have a plan."
We're gonna go to lower basement and release the other prisoners, and we're gonna do an uprising. Okay.
So then Kangsta shows up, and Kangsta's like, give me the ball bag," and
Gangsta.
he's like, "No, it's my turn with the ball," and he's like, "Give me the ball," and he's like, "Okay, but give me back my daughter," and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that," and he's like, "Oh, damn, that sucks," and he's like, "All right, bye."
We had a deal.
Yeah, of course, right?
Like,
Naturally.
are you gonna make me take it away from you, or are you gonna give it to me willingly? He's like, joint,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
he goes, kill them all.
Yep. And then he goes in and he sends oh no,
MODOK?
then they do the hologram thing, right? The
Oh
speech.
yeah. With the like, call them where they're at. Because he was Kang was doing his broadcast about conquering and killing everybody, and they hijacked the signal, and Cassie and that Señora's like, we're at the temple, come get us. This time for us to fight against Kang. And then she's like, what's going on? And then that's when Kang goes, find them and kill them all. And MODOK's like, yes, sir.
Yeah. Find the daughter of Scott Lang and kill her.
And
And he's just like, all right, yeah, I'll do that.
So he
and then
does,
Jan
right?
him the whole time.
Because Janet is being captured by him, right? It's like they have him.
When he took the ball, he took her too.
Time for you to die.
And then Hank, who did Hank fight? Oh, Hank fought MODOK right before that, and MODOK shot down his ship. And then he's like, "You're protege. Hi, I never thought you'd see me again." He's
like,
like,
Darren?
"What the hell?" Like,
Darren, is that you?
he said, "That's right. I shaved my head even more." Is that not what surprised you? Oh. Yeah, so he was out of the picture for the time being. And then Scott was just there all pissed off, kicking rocks. Cassie is working with Stentor to bring it down from the inside. And MODOK is now chasing her.
Then they power up the rings, right? For them to leave.
Yeah, he gets the ship kicked on. At this point, all right, so this is where some people are like, why wouldn't he just at that point just like leave, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Kang's character, he goes for absolute wins. He's a very prideful character, and he wants absolute victory. He doesn't want like something down the road could happen, you know? He doesn't want to leave them down there to where they could have their insurgents and find a way out themselves. He wants to make sure that that area is conquered. It's absolutely his, and there's no question about it.
Exactly.
So he wouldn't leave knowing that there are potential threats still existing down there, and that the land that he was in was not, decimated by him.
So that's when they kick off the thing, the ring starts spinning, and then Ant-Man is like, what? He's big now. This is towards the end already. Then MODOK is fighting Cassie, and then Ant-Man is huge, and they're like, oh, we gotta stop him from leaving, type of thing. And then he gets in there, he's trying to break the rings, Lord of the Rings. They do, right? With the little cannonball type of thing.
Where he rips off the top of a building. He's breaking through. But before that, he gets bodied, and then it's the so overly cliche, like, oh, here comes everybody, the army of Rugrats and shit. But yeah, before that,
I felt like I was like Avengers Assemble. No, because
yeah,
there was the
oh
tunnel,
man.
right? And then Ant-Man breaks, like she hits it, and then it
Yeah.
starts collapsing.
But
And
before
then
that,
that's where Kang goes ape shit.
Hank comes up and he's like, "Hey, my ants found me.
Because
I still love ants. They're great." And then he's
I
like,
thought
"Oh, they
that,
created
like, yeah,
the civilizations, and they're using advanced technologies and whatever. They live for 1,000 years. They have the 1,000 years there." That's so ridiculous.
the ants are like,
I feel like a beard grow on him or something.
that'd be cool. Little goatees and shit.
Okay, I don't know if maybe he introduced, maybe it was the little beacons or whatever he introduced, the technology that he introduced to them. Because you could say, yeah, these ants live for 1,000 years and they're like intelligent beyond all.
Yeah,
And I guess there's something to that, maybe. But ants have existed for millions of years. So
they done it before. They reached out. They communicate to
well,
themselves, right?
I mean, I guess an individual ant hasn't lived for millions of years, but they're not kind of. I don't know. I'm reading too much into it, and it's stupid.
The
It's just
Anticipedia.
whatever.
Get on the Anticipedia.
They're smart ants, whatever.
Smarty pants.
Yeah. I mean, ants do have pretty sophisticated wars, and something really could be said for socialism in that regard. But yeah, so he has the backup army. With
That
his
was
ants.
badass when the swarm of ants starts swarming Kang. He's like,
Yeah.
haha, you can't get me. Haha, I'm in my shield.
So then, then they run across the bridge and they're doing their fights, and then the little translator piss is like standing there and he gets all shot up. And then he's like, "I have holes," and then he's like, "Whoop," and he turns into a Fall Guys, and he sucks everyone up. That was pretty cool.
That's funny. They go in, but no one comes out. So I'm like, what? Okay. He goes, that's right. I have holes because he got shot up, right, running.
Yeah.
It's like, everybody move forward. And then, and then she's like, he's getting
That's why
shot.
He leads the charge.
And then he's like, I have holes. And he goes, and then they'll walk away, like, to war. And then they're getting pushed back. And that's when the ants came in. And yeah.
When the ants go marching in. Oh, when the ants go marching
in. One by one, 2 by 2.
Then King comes out, right? And he's like, that's
he's
when
like,
he's doing
I had enough of this shit.
Crazy. Oh well. Oh, before that, Cassie whoops on MODOK. Well, how's she take him out again?
She's fucking. She turns big and he socks him in the face.
Oh yeah, that's right. She just punched him in the face. In a giant face.
And he's like, I don't want to be like this. Like, I'm not like this. Darren, stop being such an asshole, a dick. He's like, but I'm not a dick.
Look at me. I'm just a big dick.
Just a dick.
I got these tiny legs. I'm so mad. Yeah. And then we go back and we see this super serial. We see Nathaniel Richards, who has he announced himself as Kang during this. Oh yeah, when she gives him the suit back, and then he pops in and he's like, "I am King." So he comes out and he's all pissed off and he's like fighting the insurrection and stuff. Yeah, he has his blue lasers.
That's the only time we actually see his true power of demolishing shit, you know?
Yeah, he starts whooping. And like his lasers, that's when I noticed that people were being pruned,
right? Evaporated.
Yeah, they were just evaporating into that smoke. But even despite all, it's funny because like the lasers touch anyone and they just poof.
He's like, woo,
woo, woo, woo, woo, woo, woo. But then somehow like Giant Man, like he hits him with it and it just like shrinks him.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess so. This is like a size capacity.
I didn't like the part where the ants just like overpowered him, and then like this big powerful being is like getting swarmed by ants, and then this guy is like, "Ha, you can't get through my force field." And you see Mr. Morak over here, he's like, "I'm not a dick," and he goes like self destructs, blows
And there's
the hello
yeah.
Johnny. He goes all
Uh,
up in there and he blows his fucking shield up, and then Kang goes flying. And this guy, what, he suffered the wrath of Kang because he's all barfing up blood and all this good stuff.
yeah. At least I died in an adventure. Yeah, you sure did. You're in. Yeah.
You
Like, okay, I gotta tell you, like, I don't like to do first impressions. I like to like sit back and like based in the thoughts and
yeah.
like there was probably a reason for this, you know, like. So at first I was like annoyed too. I was like, "What the fuck? This is a big premiere, and he's getting bodied by ants." I mean, to be fair though, the ants are they're giant, and like ants are 100 times stronger. They can lift 100 times their weight, and like giant ants, they probably weigh a lot. So they're kind of strong.
And then lived the millennium already.
Yeah, the 1,000 yard stare. And they have tier 2 civilizations built. Like they're galaxy level. They could travel planetary.
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, they're
Colonized everywhere.
So it's kind of a big deal. It's like Iron Man ants.
They have lasers on their backs shooting everywhere, destroying the castles.
Yeah. I mean, kind of, yeah. But and then they take. You know what though? Like, bro, you can't shoot through your own force field. What kind of dumb shit is that? Like, if you can shoot through your force field,
he's not Magneto, so he can't do it. He's not Magnus.
He would have been fine if he could do that, or if he just had a moment of just dropping the shield.
I think he had him all like he had it like this instead of having like half and then shoot. I don't know.
Yeah. Or if he dropped him for a second and then just like, because everything evaporated when it touched it.
I thought he was gonna do like a mega blast, like raw type of thing, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
But no, he just got swarmed by bugs.
So that, and then it gets taken out, and we're like, oh, he's probably dead or whatever. Yeah, because that's always a good, healthy way to look at it. And then they make the portal. They get the hell out of there. And then the last second, what happens?
So we get a sneak preview at Creed 3.
Yeah. Yeah, right. That's all
that. Mr. Kang or whooping on Scott Lang, dude.
You know what's crazy though?
I thought his head was gonna explode. What happened to his power? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Finished filming like 3 months before, or a couple months before they even began filming on Creed 3. So like maybe he was training on his own. I get probably, right?
Yeah.
Preparing for the role, sure, but like. It's not as though he was like out there boxing and then he was like, oh, cool.
He was in the amateurs. Actually, amateurs boxing.
Like
dude, those rights and left look painful, dude. Those hits in the face is like, bah,
like I'm sure he was like obsessing over this stuff.
And he's like, ah.
But you gotta think with like the Ant-Man filming schedule, it's probably like 12, 15-hour days. You like 2 days off a week, maybe.
But I feel like you know how they have the rest of the heroes boot camps, so I'm pretty sure they have Thor's trainers or whatnot in America there.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he definitely was in shape. I'm just saying, like, my man was probably not like doing boxing routines. Maybe he was. Who knows?
In between, yeah.
It's just kind of funny.
Like, getting ready.
It's just funny. It's not like he was simultaneously Creed and.
Dude, and they spoiled the fight where it's gonna be. I got mad in the trailer. I was like, really? It's gonna be here? It's not gonna be in Vegas. It's gonna be somewhere. It's gonna be here in LA.
That trailer was not in this movie.
No, it was not.
So
we got. It was another. Sorry.
Yeah, you spoiled it. And you're mad about
it was an encouragence. So yeah, so he was getting in there. Boom, boom. He had Ant-Man. He's like, it doesn't matter if I win. If we all have, what he goes, the only person that have to
All that matters is
win.
that we both lose.
There you go. That wording.
There you go.
So Kang connects with one right. He's about to reach the portal when Wasp person comes out and shoots the crap out of him. He's like,
Yeah, he was
he's
about
like, no.
He was about to end his whole career.
So you see Ant-Man and Wasp, kicking him back into the little vortex thing. This little
There's something
core.
to be said for that too, because Ant-Man didn't have a lot of actual combat experience at all, and he was going toe to toe with this guy who probably had thousands of years of genuine fighting experience.
But not only that, the strength of God. Is he a god? No, right? He's just
he's a regular dude. He's a scientist.
So
he's Rick Sanchez. That's why he has a couple of Rick.
That's what I was thinking too. When I was thinking wait, one punch by that, one punch by that. But yeah, so he eventually, Mr. Kane gets sucked into his core. And then he goes,
it looked like he got split in two. I don't know if that's going to play a thing, but it kind of did look like there were two of them there.
I'll get you next time, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. And then okay, first off, it's a comic book death, dude. Nobody actually died that way. Come on. We don't know what happened, but he didn't die. He just kind of got stuck into it. Shit, look at Modok. We thought Modok died by getting shranken into the quantum. And then look at him. That was his reawakening.
He was turned into a thumb. Flying thumb. It's like putting a little, those NFL helmets that they usually sell, and you put them in your thumb and go like this.
Yeah.
It's oh my god, it made him dirty. Why you open the damn thing? You should have kept it closed, but oh well.
Yeah, I would have. Bro.
Kept it closed,
even
bro.
All gold, that just looks silly on its own.
And then he had a voice changer too,
But he had the gold grill. What are you doing, man? Stop.
Yeah, girl. Purple eyes and the orange. Oh goodness sake!
And it choose the color.
And the limpy legs. Shoot! All right, bring it home, baby. What are we doing?
So he's defeated. They get to take the portal back, and I was like, "Oh, they're gonna be trapped." No, it's all good. Okay, great.
So, I was like, really? That was that quick for them to go in the computer? They found them. Bloop bloop ding.
So then, happy go lucky.
Part opens up again.
We get to see.
So you're telling me?
Stroll.
Go ahead. I was gonna say you could have saved all this drama by going in there, closing the portal, doing what you got to do, and then opening it again.
No,
we're both stuck here.
While they were fighting King, they could have just thrown They apparently have an infinite supply of these little shrinky dinks. They could have fucking shrunk him so he couldn't reach the portal, and then just strolled through. What are you talking about? They shrink everything they see. Yeah. They don't think to shrink the dude they're fighting. Throw a mason jar over him like a lightning bug.
And it needed to. They needed to proceed, man, because. So yeah, once that fight's done, they go back, and then everyone's happy-go-lucky again. We see
shrink him.
That sucked, man. I'm sorry. I was just like, Kane got smashed like that.
Okay, but I got a theory for it, and like I said, initially, yeah, I was annoyed too, but maybe it didn't. Go ahead. But there's a reason for it, and I think it's supposed to be he's supposed to intentionally be underwhelming, or you're not supposed to see what he's capable of yet,
Okay.
And especially because everyone's like, oh, he's gonna show us what he can do, and it ended totally differently. So what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say that the same thing is he got destroyed by ants. He went 1-on-1 with Hope, and Hope always prevails. So Ant-Man and them survived, of course, and they continue down the Ant-Man does his regular routine of going down to the Baskin Robin. He got that. He's like, oh, I came out of bakery. What's it called?
My
I don't
last
know.
cake I made was in 1993.
There you go. And he opens up a fucked up band with the legs missing and all that. It says happy
Oh,
birthday,
great.
Cassie, and all that. So he's walking down, and then that's when they sit down for her birthday dinner, and that's when
Pay
he
$12
start thinking,
for coffee. Oh, you are the bug man. You're not the spider at all. Oh, that'll be $12, please.
you're like, what?
Oh, okay. And then he's like, wait, didn't King say that?
Yeah. If he escapes, yeah. If he dies every time.
Yeah, that would be a big problem. Like, am I? And that's when I was like, oh, it's gonna happen, right? Everyone was like, oh, what's? And he's like, it's probably nothing. And he just
He
keeps
just keeps going in his thoughts. Like, if
Uh,
he'd escape, he would have caused chaos, but no, he can't escape. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. He's gone. It's okay.
There's no big deal. I genuinely thought he was gonna like pop in at the restaurant.
As a waiter?
You know, or nah, not like something.
Oh.
Just like a rando, just like like he would just pop in and like eviscerate the entire restaurant around him.
I see what you mean.
Have it Loki style,
Scotland type of thing.
No, not even like vengeance, like vengeful, because he doesn't bother seeing individuals as threats.
That's true.
Like the only, I think he's had some good fights. Like he's a lot of his personality, not personalities, whatever you call them, variants are nemesis of the Fantastic Four. But really, the only real challenge he ever had was Ultron. So that's kind of his big nemesis.
And who he remains too, right? He's the one who killed him.
So
Kept him at bay.
Yeah, so then it ends and like, all right, cool, that's where it ends. And then we see the end credit, we see the Council of Ricks. And they're all just like, yeah, we all gathered because the one we exiled, like, you got killed. Not by one of us. And they're like, oh shit, not by one of us? And then we see Ramatut.
Yeah.
Looking like a silly little bitch. You know what? I want to see Ramatut as like the main baddie in Moon Knight 2.
Or something, man. Give not a little blackout sequences.
Yeah, no, he's got to be. I think he's going to be in Moon Knight 2.
And then who else we see? We see 3 people, right? One of the future-looking guy, and then one.
Is that Iron Lad? It looks like I think it's Iron Lad.
That's what they were saying is Iron Lad, but I don't think so.
Who else would it be? It's Iron Lad. Iron Lad.
We gotta still post that.
Yeah, because he only has like so many prominent personalities and or variants. So we see Iron Lad, we see Ramatut, and we see his. What's the other one?
It's like a pyramid. He has like a pyramid, like a shogun type of thing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they talk about how they didn't kill him. They're like, "Oh, that sucks." And then they go out. Yeah, I was weak when they were out there whooping.
Oh yeah.
So hype. Whoop! They were so. Whoa!
They were teleporting in. They were teleporting in. He's like, "Who do we send? We send them all."
Yeah. Oh, they were so.
So I was like,
yeah. So that's really a Secret Wars. I think is going to really pop off with all these.
The Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, and Kang Dynasty. That's right. You're right. But
it's gonna be. It's gonna bleed. It's gonna keep bleeding over. So what they have to do? Kill all of them?
Like,
so they all gotta be killed?
He can't. He's trying. Jonathan Majors is trying not to be influenced by his other characters, so he can't like watch his work. He's like, drop that one and be done, and then be on to the next personality or the next.
Can you imagine how much work that is? Like, here you have to pay
I don't know.
Play over 100 characters.
I would love to do that. But
100 different characters, dude. Sheesh.
It's mostly makeup, But like, all right. So my theory. Check this. This is my theory. And this is why the movie redeemed itself to me. Not that it was bad per se, but it just like
It's an
I
Indiana
was,
Jones adventure.
and I was whooping. I was in the Council of Ricks, whooping up the Kang, hoping to see like all the smacking down. And instead, I got like he definitely showed what he was capable of, but also if he's killed all the Avengers numerous times, he probably should have been able to do more than that, right?
Yes, that's what I was saying.
My guess, especially with him mentioning the prime timeline and how he works on the timelines and does what he can to keep them straight, and even did like the
Circle thing.
and at the when they showed the Council of Ricks, they were showing the timelines going all haywire again. My guess is that he actually is He Who Remains, and this was him being
Joining.
exiled because he was trying to control all the timelines, and everybody else being like, "No, we need to exist. This is us."
Mm.
And he was remember he was saying like, "Oh, they all play with time and they view it as a toy or whatever." But when you step outside of it, you see the bigger picture. He Who Remains saw it that way, but
Yeah.
apparently the Council of Ricks don't see it that way. So I'm thinking that's who he is, and that he wasn't actually killed. He was
Exiled.
ported out of time again. No, at the end of this movie.
Mm.
So that's not why he's not necessarily the strongest. He's not actually Conqueror Kang. He's not Kang Prime. He's not whatever the hell. He will maybe one day be that. And maybe he was trying to become that.
But not the one that's. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. So He Who Remains is the one that all the other ones are kind of against. And that tracks as he's the one who's trying to snuff them all out as the variants they are.
Ah, I see what you mean.
So it would also make sense as to why he's maybe not necessarily the biggest baddie. He's just a little tiny teaser.
Yeah, trying to get to up there. Ah, I see. Like a little.
But again, it's also interesting because he didn't have, and we talk about how Jonathan Majors like is playing different characters. He Who Remains had a totally different personality. Like he was flighty and
He was
really
chill. He was sly. He was
talkative. In this one, he was kind of forlorn. He was like
action.
No, he was like kind of over it all. He was just exhausted. He's just like, let's just get this done. So
like Kang is the person I have to become, type of thing.
Yeah. So it's just like embracing the inevitable, versus what I would imagine Kang Prime being is like hungry and like ready to take on all comers and do whatever he wanted.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I really think that they're gonna play into like this whole time thing and how you never know which one you're getting until it's maybe too late.
Did you get to see the second post credit?
No, I actually kind of dipped out. Yeah. But anyway, like thus far, I appreciate what they were doing after I give it a little bit of thought. And maybe I'm wrong, but that at least carries me through and keeps my hype and interest up. By the way,
Yeah.
Fuck the Guardians fucking trailer. I hate trailers, man.
Oh, you got the trailer? Yeah.
Everything. Fuck trailers.
You got the whole shebang.
They're gonna show Drax before it looks like he dies. No, man. I hate trailers. I can't do this shit anymore.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
I'm gonna show up 10 minutes late for every movie. And I love Guardians, and I'm excited to see it already. You don't have to show me someone's gonna die. Thank you.
Everybody's getting carried out and shit.
No, dude, Drax. It was an honor to shut the fuck up, Drax.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that it was an honor until it is an honor. You dick.
It is an honor.
Sorry, that was my biggest gripe of the whole movie. It wasn't even the movie itself.
You got all pissed. Yeah, me too. I was like, really? You show me the whole movie right now?
Ah, you know I hate that, man. I'm sorry, everyone. I
He hates trailers.
like trailers they serve a purpose.
Yeah,
The
to
Super
deliver
Mario one
goods.
that was great. The Mario
Wait, which one you
commercials.
got? What the plumber where he's
Yeah, that's
driving the
cool.
truck with the 800 number or 900
Yeah,
number?
like little things like that. Little like character. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Call
Building.
it building, I
Yeah,
guess. Like exposition. Like, oh, this is what kind of fun you're in for, kind of thing.
yeah.
Not like, oh, this is every critical moment in the movie in a 30-second clip or whatever the shit.
So yeah, so the second post scene, we see it's like back into the 1940s, I think it is, chilling, and there's this guy dressed as Kang. It is Jonathan Majors, I think it is Timothy Majors, something Timothy Majors something, and then week after that we see him come out. He does like a little magic trick, and everybody in the audience is intrigued. And who's in the audience that we get to see? Mobius and Loki for Loki season 2. And
That's
you
cool.
see they cut to Loki and his eyes are like seeing Mobius like, why are you so scared of him? Like it's him.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's where
Yeah,
I was like, yay!
that's enough of a trailer. Thank you. That's cool. I'm into that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Loki season 2.
So yeah, we see Mobius and Loki chilling in the seat. I don't think they still know who they are each other. They don't know who. Remember, there's a different Mobius.
What?
Remember, when he went back because Sylvie sends Loki back to a different timeline, and he goes, "Remember, Mobius want to go do this," and he goes, "Who are you?" So I was like, "Oh no!" Remember, it finished.
But yeah, that's cool. It sets up Loki season 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's sensible. But yeah, guys, that's our quick our
overall, what did
review.
you think?
Strong B. There's no Wakanda forever, that's for sure.
A lot of people are saying Wakanda ranks under this.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So you're on that book too.
Yeah. That's horrible.
Yeah, man,
Horrible.
it's funny because it like me, I was like, no, it has to be big, right? Like there's got to be some deaths and like serious stuff. But like, no, man, they stuck to the Ant-Man way.
Yeah, what it is, yeah.
And like, on the one hand, it's like, come on, like do something new. It'd be exciting. But on the other, like, I love Ant-Man. Everyone loves Ant-Man. He's so fun.
He's the bug man. Like you're the bug man.
Yeah. And I love that it didn't sell itself. It didn't undercut its character or anything else for shock value. That makes a big difference to me. And I think there was a lot more subtlety to the characters in the overarching story.
And this is the funny part that we forgot to mention. What I forgot to mention is when you were mentioning like you haven't made a mistake, man. Like I'm an Avenger. He's like, which one are you? Are you the one with the hammer? It's like, yeah, we get confused. We have similar body type.
I mean, hey, he's a look. I know ants have like 3 abs, but I'm pretty sure this ant has like 6.
6 holes
and 7 holes. You know, I would have to think a lot more because I have a few more holes. You know,
1, 2.
Damn, 1, 2, 3.
That's 4,
5, 6, 7, 8. I'm already at 9. It's in my head.
But that's the 7th one. I don't have a 7th one. I'm not a female. 1. Is he counting the eyes?
Wait,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Comments below.
6.
Comments.
Oh, that one. Okay, that makes more sense now.
All right.
There we go. We have 7 hoes.
Keeper of the Seven Holes. Is that like Shang-Chi and the Seven Holes?
That's a porn parody. All right, guys. Sorry we're all over the place. We know how we do it.
Thanks for watching half the movie with us.
If you hate trailers, you're gonna hate this. It's spoiler heavy.
Bro, I'm sorry, man. It's funny because it just started as me like I don't know. I'm gonna skip the trailer or whatever. Like I didn't care about trailers one way or the other.
Yes.
And like movies that I wanted to see, but I was like, I want to go in blind because I'm just too curious about it. But I don't want to like have details ruined. I want to be
Fresh
in the movie watching it and enjoying it as it's intended. And then like gradually, I'm just like more and more bitter about trailers. And like I don't know a single other person like that, and it's funny to me because it makes so much sense to me.
The only trailers I will see are the trailer movies I don't give a crap about. You know what I'm saying? Like Fast and the Furious 10, I'm like, all right, let me see what bullshit they're gonna do this time, you know?
Yeah.
Or the Boogeyman that's gonna come out, or some shit like that, you know? Like some stupid one. But only the movies I do care about, like I tend to stay away from everything.
Oh yeah.
But in like movies like that, I was like, all right, show me what you're gonna show. Let me save my money. Like, you know, if you pique my interest, then I'll probably find it or go watch it. But other than that, I'm staying away from it.
Sometimes you do pique the interest. I just feel like they need to like,
you know,
revitalize the way that they do them and like
keep a little interest behind, man.
Stuff. It's just what they do is they just like take cuts from the movie, and they're just like, oh, this high point happens in the movie, and it's like I don't know, man. Then it's like you're already revealing it. Like stop. Like I watched the trailer for Cocaine Bear because I'm like, what the hell is that? And I was like, this looks funny, but like it was like 2 minutes too long, and it gave away way too much shit. And it's like
that's what it is.
Like you don't need a plot, but also I'm seeing how every kill is gonna happen and who dies. Like shut the fuck up.
Well, like what was it like I was watching Halloween Ends, right? No, the one before Halloween Kills.
Halloween doesn't ever end.
And that one, he comes out, he just started chopping up the freaking firefighter people left and right. I was like, what? And then he goes next door, he kills the girl. I'm like, dude, that happens in the movie. Stop! Everything that's just shown is happening already.
Yeah,
so I was like, cut it out.
I think there's got to be a better way to do trailers. You know, like where's Honest Trailers guy at, man? Like
exactly. Let me show him the way.
Different.
But yeah, guys, that's our piece on this. What do you give it?
Yeah, it's a B. It's a solid B. B plus. I loved it.
So the next is
what comes out in June? Oh, Spider-Verse comes out in June.
No, we're getting what's it called? We're getting the show on Disney Plus, the Secret Wars. Secret Wars
is all right.
Should be in the next. If not, is What If. If not that, it's X-Men 99, which I doubt it. Or 98, whatever it's called. You know, I've been freaking binge watching it.
Really?
Anyways, yeah.
That's fine.
All right, guys, this is a review of, mishmash review of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Does MODOK, MODOFK still have hosts? I am the zombie. This is the Him and the Zombie show. Stay tuned. We're gonna do a recap of The Last of Us episode 6 now, and our other stuff that's coming down the line. There's only on this channel.
Yeah, boy.
I know everybody's been doing these reviews, but we're gonna start spinning off into our own things. So we're gonna be unique. So you make sure you subscribe and like.
Yeah, boy. Let's do it.
Till next time, much love. Peace.